What up YouTube, it's your boy Tizzie and I'm back with another video. So yeah, I'll be doing a drop fade on my client here and I hope you guys really like the video. So let's go. So first things first, I gotta pick the hair, stretch out the hair to its full potential and make the hair neat as possible. If y'all have seen my previous video, you guys will know who's sitting down right here, my boy. Yeah, so he lost the braid and he wanted to get like a drop fade. So I'm gonna start off by creating my first guideline, which is my bowed line. And for drop fade, you don't really need to go up high. Like, it's a relatively low fade, so it's something that you have to like start like just about a few inches above the original lineup of the hair. As you can see, I'm taking my time to create the bowed line and make it neat as possible. I'm really happy to be giving my guy this haircut. He first got the first haircut from me, and if you can check the previous video, the guy with the braids, and for him to come back and call me to give him another haircut, that shows like I've gotten his trust, and yeah, I've gotten a loyal customer too. The next step is creating a second guideline with a level fully open. I'm taking my second guideline about few inches, about close to an inch. I'm taking my second guideline close to an inch and making sure it's neat as possible. You have to at least go over it. After a couple strokes, you brush the hair back in place and you set your clipper in with the level fully open. You create the second guideline and make sure it's neat as possible. As you can see, I didn't really cut deep to the C curve. I wanted to leave quite a little space, so when I'm going to carve the C curve, I want the C curve to actually show. The next step is taking out the bowed line, and with the level fully closed, in a flick out motion, I'm taking out and I'm eliminating the bowed line over there. And what I would say is that this method or this procedure includes like your wrist motion. You have to like be fast and be good while using your wrist motion to take out the bowed line. And as you can see, as I'm going up, I am reducing the level. I do it in 3 phases. I clean out the bowed line with my level fully closed, then I reduce my level to half, then take it up and make sure there is enough clean transition, then I open my level fully opened, and then I make sure it's well blended and clean. The number one guard with the level fully opened, I am going about close to an inch this time around. With a couple of strokes, I'll be using my brush on my comb to lay the hair back in place. It's important you do that after every stroke with your number one guard, so as to lay the hair back in the original pattern of the hair, so the hair can quickly blend. Mind you, some clients' hair can be quite stubborn and might not necessarily want to go down to the number one guard length you want it to go to. So you have to repeatedly go through it with a couple of strokes and brush the hair back in place. And just chill, man. That's the logic. If you're too ambitious, you won't get the right result. But if you just chill and follow the steps as you're supposed to do, don't worry, you get the right results. With my number one guard with the level fully closed, this time around I'll be breaking down the line that I created with the number one guard with the level fully open. This time around, carefully stroking and making sure that there is an easy transition from the first guideline to the second guideline this time around. And this is just like going through and going over and going over and going over till you get the right results. So the next thing I'm gonna do now is the debulking process, and this debulking process, the thick hair at the powder ridge, because he had a chop at the side of his hair. So I'll carefully lay down the hair at the powder ridge carefully by following the pattern of the hair with my number one guard. I'll just carefully lay the hair down, and with my number one guard I'll carefully debunk it. Now ordinarily I should use a number 2 guard or a number 3 guard in this case, but I noticed that he had a huge chop because of the fact that he had a braid, and we had to at least debunk those little hair that they could not actually plait. So since that happened, I couldn't use my number 2 guard to go in because I don't want to still set the hair back into set the hair back. So what I'm going to do is use my number 1 guard and lay the hair down, then I'll carefully debunk it. So with my number 1 guard with the level fully open, I'm carefully debunking the area of the hair and having my detail work done to make sure the blend is quite blurry. That's the secret to having a blurry fade is the amount of time you dedicate for detailing. The more you detail your work, the more blurry your blends are gonna look, and the more people are gonna appreciate the hard work that you've put into the haircut. Detailing is an important aspect of every haircut that you do. If you want your client to appreciate what you've done on the haircut, and you want your haircut to stand out from other barbers, you have to do a lot of detailing work on your hair. Take your time, check the mirror, check everything, rest your eyes, and check for every thing that you have not done, for every dark spot, everything that you can do. So the next step I'm gonna do is a freehand trim, and I'm carefully going to shape up the side because he has a huge chop at the side. So I'm carefully going to tilt my clipper not inwards, but in a way kind of trim the hair so the line will really show, and there will be a huge transition from the hair to the blend. So down to the most important part of an haircut, the lining up of the hair. So yeah, as you see, I like to start from the middle to the sides wherever I'm carving, and I like to follow it up with my powder. I use my powder to kind of so my powder can serve as a contrast from the skin to the hair. If there's a contrast, it makes the hairline look a little bit more crispy, and it makes the line up sharp as possible. So I'm just gonna sit back and let y'all watch what I'm doing. Hopefully, I think maybe you can gain 1 or 2 things from it. So yeah. So my client asked for an enhancement to make his hairline more crispy. So yeah, I'm applying the enhancement to his hairline. This is to actually like fill up the spots where are quite light and just make the hairline crispy. And this is just like an additional touch to make your work like fire, man. You feel me? Like fire, you feel me? So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. And the next step is going back with my trimmer to trace the hairline. This is the part that makes the hairline crispier, like crispy as possible. Going back with the trimmer, I'm tracing out the original hairline that I have carved out and carefully following it to make sure it's crispy as possible. So my client asked for the cold sponge to roll up the top of his hair and make it nice as possible. I would like to say a big thank you to if you watched it this far. I really appreciate you guys for watching my video this far, and I love you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please give a thumbs up. Please share my videos to people and leave the notification bell on. Love you guys. Giving an haircut is like giving life to something, man, and I was glad I was able to at least change him up, man. So yeah, without further ado, let's check out the haircut. YouTube, here is the haircut. As you can see, man, I changed my man's life, man. So yeah, I hope you like the video, and please, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, please subscribe, please turn on the notification bell on, and please, I'm on Instagram as Tizzie_cuts. So it's your boy Tizzie. Peace and love.